All right, guys, here we go again. We're up against Tainan City, and this is another one of these matches that we really should be winning. It was a little frustrating last time against Athletic Club Taipei. That was a match that we definitely should have won, and that's another example of sort of the problems that we've been having up front, trying to get players who can actually score goals for us. We're still on top of the league. Now we're only 8 points ahead of Taiwan Power. I'm not too worried about it. We have a good goal differential, and in these matches that we have not won this season, we have been clearly the dominant team. There is a little bit of luck that kind of goes along with it as well, and so I'm not going to get too worried about it and start throwing in the towel quite yet. Huang Churwei over to Chen Chengju to Ndai down to Ling Guanda. Ling Guanda with it back to Liu Chunjie over to Ling Guanda again. And now up to Huang Churwei. That's lumped forward. And that's a little bit not exactly the best decision in the world. That was a little bit impatient. We need to work the ball forward instead of just lumping it up there. Here's Feng Xiaochi, and there's one lumped over to Menegong. That goes through the keeper's arms, through his hands. That's a goal for Menegong. That's really surprising. Xu Chiyun had that in his hands, and it went straight through him. You can see that here on the replay. There's the throw over. There's that kick back to Feng Xiaochi, who has the big pass, and there's the header. And yeah, it goes straight through his hands. I swear that he got a finger or two onto that one, and there was just too much power on that header for him to stop. And it's 1-0 for Mars FC right away. Of course, Nene is the one that we're really paying attention to. Nene, who's probably on his way out of this club because he can't score goals. This is the sort of team he should be getting 2 or 3 goals against. We'll see if it happens. Menegong with it over to Chen Chengju, and boy, that was almost a goal from him. Man, that was an amazing shot. That had a lot of power onto it and just hit off of the side post, off of that side bar. And so we are threatening and peppering the goal with shots just as we want to. Now, this is a little bit dangerous for us. We're in a precarious situation because we play midweek as well as part of the the AFC Cup. Now, we need to make sure that we have guys who are actually able to play in both matches. We'll see what happens. This may be a big learning experience for us. Nene there with the goal. The reason why Nene is up front, of course, is because we have that match coming up. They're saying he was offside, and I think it was kind of a close call. Let's look at this replay here. So this was a good job of sort of pushing this one together. Yeah, he was clearly offside. As soon as Chen Chenwei headed that one, Nene was offside. That's pretty obvious. No real need to look at that again. He went forward a little bit too soon, tried to come back, and was unsuccessful in his attempt to try to confuse the line judge. That was, I think, Menegong with that shot that went over everyone's head. Nene having another poor match, 6.2 rating. So this is what we've been used to. This is not a very good thing to do. We're going to have a talk with him and let him know that we're not happy with the way he's played so far tonight. This is the reason why you're not on the Cup squad, and this is the reason why you're probably going to find yourself off of this team overall, because you need to learn how to score goals. I mean, this is the team that he should be scoring 2-3 goals against easily, and he looks delighted out there as he's playing poorly. So Chen Chengju over to Ndaye. Back to Huang Churwei. They're telling me that Nene keeps improving in training. I mean, I'm happy that he's improving in training. I want to see him score some goals. That's why we got him. It's not to get happy points from training. It's not to feel good about having a player from the Ivory Coast. We got him to score goals. That is his only job, is to score goals. And there's a goal. There you go. Nene with that goal. He's got to be onside. No, they're going to pull that one back. They're going to pull that one back, claiming that he was offside. Let's take a look at it. And yeah, I'm not sure he was offside there. I think that he was on. I think that he timed that right. It depends upon where they decide that that ball was kicked forward. So I think that was actually a missed call. First one I thought was legit. The second one, not so much. Nene grabs the ball here over to Chen Chenwei. That's got to be really frustrating, by the way, if you're the team with the ball there and your guy just hands the ball over to the opponent. Nene now finds the net for the third time, and this time he's onside. That makes it 2-0 for Mars FC. So third time's a charm. And, I mean, you can see here the way that this play is developed that, I mean, we're just dominant, right? There's no reason why we should have any trouble scoring against a team like this, right? As soon as he gets the ball in that kind of position, he scores the goal. There's no question about it. Why is it that we're having a hard time getting into position? Why is it that we're having a hard time, finding the goal? It's bizarre. We should easily be able to score. I'm looking to make sure Lin Chunjie is on their team, so it's not somebody for us to worry about. I didn't recognize the name, but you always have to be careful because you never know what'll happen. And fortunately, we're not worried about injury bugs quite yet. That was a pass forward to Nene that he probably could have gotten to, honestly. The question is whether he was offside. But he probably could have gotten over to that one and could have done something with it. Huang Chiwei now over to Chen Chengju. You do realize, of course, it's going to look really silly when we get rid of Nene because he's going to be the leading scorer in the league. Ling Guanda, now it's Feng Xiaochi. Now there's Ling Guanda with it, and that almost trickled in. Xu Chiyuan sort of stood there for a while and didn't look like he knew exactly what to do with it, and then it finally does end up in his hands. Nene has the goal scored, but only a 6.7 rating, and this is what happens. Like, he'll score a goal, and then he'll do a bunch of nothing. Kind of hard to get the man of the match if you don't actually play well for most of the match. Cai Yuting, there's always a possibility that he feels like he's too good for this league, but after looking at a chance like that, I think that that's probably not the case. I mean, if you're too good for the league, you got to score here, right? This isn't exactly a Holland playing here. I mean, why are you heading that? Bring it down with your foot. You bring it down with your foot. I mean, both sides of the net were wide open. Instead, he heads it straight at the keeper. So, whatever. Just football manager things. There's Cai Yuting with it, lumps it forward again for Nene, and Nene is behind the defense once again, and he lobs the keeper, and that one almost comes off the top bar. It actually knocks in, and so he's found the net now 4 times today. 2 of them counted. Should have found it a 3rd time, but that one might not have counted. Who knows? And it is 3-0 for Mars FC. And so we're doing okay. We're making our progress. It was a good shot. He did a good job getting open, right? He was onside. Nobody's going back to look closely at it at least, so I have to assume that he was onside. And it's 3-0 now for us. Here's Cai Yuting with the ball over to Chen Chengju, back to Cai Yuting. And he's going to just walk this up a little bit over to Huang Chiwei. This is the way we like to play it. And there it is, lump forward again for Nene, who scores his hat trick. So Nene does get the hat trick today. This is kind of what we were predicting coming into this match. I think he's had a hat trick before against Tainan. So, it's not a huge surprise that he's getting his hat trick here, but it's kind of a surprise that it's taken him so long. And 4-0 now from Mars FC, and we can kind of rest easy. Knowing that, well, we have our guy to play against the bad teams in the league, so that's what Nene is there for. Huang Chiwei now with it. Lumps it forward again for Nene. You can see what we're trying to do on offense every single time. We just say, well, he knows what he's doing. Let's just give it to him. I probably should be substituting other players to prepare for the midweek match that we have against that team from Guam. I think Guam Shipyard or something like that. Here's Feng Xiaochi with it, and that was little bit ill-advised. He was double-teamed and didn't have anywhere to kick it. And, wow. Chang Chiyuan scores a wonder goal from the middle of nowhere, making it 4-1. And, I'm not sure what to say about this one. This is the sort of shot where if you play this game enough, you know this one's going over. I mean, look at how far back he is. And Li Chaba has absolutely no chance. It surprised him. And, there's just not much I can say about that. You got to tip your hat to him. And now we're running into problems because they're grabbing the ball again, and they are moving forward. And the lack of Kader Bamba on defense is, I think, really what's hurt us. Cai Yuting, though he's a team leader, has had some really, really poor performances. There's that kid again trying it one more time, and that's over everybody's head, fortunately for us. And so I've got to wonder a little bit about Cai Yuting as well and how long we can put up with his poor play in the back. Liu Chunjie has also had his moments, but at least he's young. That wasn't much. Jian Chenwei tries to repeat the feat of the man of the other squad and ends up knocking it over everyone's head. Tell you, there's nobody here at the stadium because they're worried they're going to get hit by the ball, and nobody can keep the ball here on the pitch. And so this is one away there by Tainan City. And Nene, I don't know what he's doing, going over and chatting with their goalie. And that's the reason why you're offside all the time, is he likes to go engage in conversation with the opposing goaltender. Here's Ndai with it over to Chen Chenwei, over to Chen Chengju. Feng Xiaochi now with it. And he looks back, finds Ling Guanda over to Liu Chunjie, and it's over there for Nene, who's looking for number 4. And Nene was offside again. This is what happens. He makes friends with the goalkeeper and likes to go have a chat with him, and then he ends up getting caught for it. So let's see what we can do. I mean, it's not an extraordinarily strenuous match. This is one that we were always going to win, I believe. But it would be nice to not give up another goal here, and we have been found wide open again, and that's Ling Guanda, by the way. playing defensive midfield who forgets that he's supposed to play defense. So Lingwanda has a lot of potential. We saw that with Pansa East FC, American Samoa, but he has some problems too trying to actually reach that potential. Chen Chengju grabs that one, and that's going to be the end of it here. You can see there that, Lingwanda is just totally out of position. Don't know where he's playing, don't know what he's trying to do, and forgets that, when they have the ball, you have to get back on defense because we really, really need him to play that sort of defender role. We need that because we need him to serve as kind of the other center back that we're missing, or the other backwards defender that we don't have. And there they go again. I can tell you that these... Lin Jianshun ends up scoring that goal. Fine goal all around. I can tell you that what I'm noticing here is that when they bring the ball down the middle, we are perilous to stop it. We can do nothing. In fact, we have these players way out of position. Cai Yuting, again, that time, not sure what he's doing, not sure we're double teaming the guy there on the right flank instead of paying attention to what's happening right in front of us. So 4-2 now for Mars FC. Again, it's a victory that we'll take, and it's a victory we're always going to win, but we're showing many, many signs of weakness here. And whatever we're going to win with this team, we better win it in a hurry because we're going to have to make a number of changes. Cai Yuting is going to probably be off this team before long. We had 57% of the possession, 1.20 XG. They only had 3 shots on target and 2 were goals. And that shows you the problem. I still wonder about Lee Chaba in goal, but we don't have anybody better to put in there. So there you go. That's it for today. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye.